Another day in the world of system lands, my friends. Today we're talking about Path of Ascension. Path of Ascension is a system specific, a sanctum kind of mini game specific to Kyrians. If you're a Kyrian, you will have an opportunity to unlock Path of Ascension and preoccupy yourself with this little, in my opinion, fairly boring, but probably having some potential mini game. Today we'll talk about how to unlock it and my early impressions. Let's do this. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gyro, I'm your host here. Particularly warm welcome to you, as I say lately a lot, to my new supporters, new subscribers. You guys and girls are most welcome here. We are a casual, very friendly club of World of Warcraft players. We play for fun, we don't take it too seriously, none of it. Alright, so yes, World of System Lands, I don't apologize for that. It sounds like I'm mocking it a tiny bit, because I do think that Blizzard has gone a little bit over the top with the number of mini-games or systems that they've introduced in Shadowlands. In my opinion, I like to be entertained, I like a theme park with a lot of rides available to me, but I think do some rides really well, as opposed to giving me too many rides, you know what I'm saying? In addition to that, the ride itself might be made pretty well, you know, it's not particularly buggy, it seems like it's detailed, it seems like there are a lot of steps involved and it could suck you in, potentially, has a potential to do that, but is it rewarding enough? It is all about what you're after, so treat this as maybe a little bit of a, look, everyone is different, everyone plays different, it's not like there is a right and wrong. To me it's boring, to you it might be the best thing ever, that's why I bothered to cover this for you. So I will try and be, I do express unapologetically my own personal opinion, but at the same time I don't judge if you love it, for example, and I welcome your comments down below. What am I missing? Maybe it gets much better later on, stuff like that. I only just unlocked it, scratched the surface, that's all I'm reporting on today, okay? Alright, Path of Ascension. First of all, you level to 60. Second of all, you pick Kyrian Covenant. Third of all, you start collecting, grinding anima. And anima, as you know by now, unlocks systems of your covenant. So there are 4. There is a transportation network, there is a, mission table, and so on. So the last one, the most expensive one, is the mini game of your covenant. Revendreth, Venthia, they have a party that they throw for people. The Ardenweald have Night Fae, they have Queen's Conservatory, that is kind of attending to the pods that grow there in their sacred groves. Maldraxxus has Abomination Factory, but Kyrian have Path of Ascension. The idea of Path of Ascension is that you need to unlock an ancient Coliseum, and in that Coliseum you send your soulbinds, not yourself, but you send your soulbinds to fight a set of enemies, let's call them, but generally everyone is friendly there, they're just training you, they're just testing your might, but you fight one, you fight another, and you get some rewards along the way. That's in a nutshell what Path of Ascension is. So you kind of assist your covenant, as I understand it, assist your soulbinds with their ascension, I guess, yeah? Okay, so the very first soulbind that you get as a Kyrian is Pelagos. A lot of people are fans of Pelagos. I think he's a wimp, and I make no particular apologies for it. Don't care. I don't like him particularly as a person, just nothing too much to admire about his personality, and no, I haven't been digging too deep, and no, I'm not a lore nerd who would fall in love with his sensitive soul. I don't care. Regardless, that is very much of a side note, but there are lots of side notes in my videos. So how do you unlock it? Look, they will obviously give you some quests. The people who are there looking after that Coliseum, they will give you some quests to unlock the Coliseum before you can do that. You unlock it by getting some armaments first. So you need to collect some materials to create armaments, and you bring them to these materials to the Ascension Crafter. That Ascension Crafter is someone, well, it's another kind of a sub-crafting profession, but not your own, like you tell someone to do it, kind of similar to what we did in Mechanome Zone, remember, in BFA, where we had this big robot who used to craft stuff for us, somewhat similar to that, at least it feels that way. So Among other things, that crafter needs to create soul mirrors. At the very least, he needed one for me at first during the unlock. Maybe it needs it for further opponents as you unlock further the steps of the Path of Ascension. I don't know. I haven't checked that for myself. But to start with, you need a soul mirror to go and capture essentially soul image, whatever you want to call it, of an opponent, honorable, strong opponent who will be present in that path of ascension for your soulbinds to fight against. That is the way to look at it. So you need to first, they send you obviously to capture that suitable opponent for the first time. And it's, if you are familiar with Kyrian questline campaign, at the very least you've done it once, you probably remember the winged lady Kalisthen or something, however you pronounce it. Lady with a spear. Poke, poke. Alright, so you need to go there, get her attention, and she's like, what's up? And you're like, yo, 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 I want to capture you. And she's like, well, okay, no problem, capture me. I'm a bit busy here, but that's fine, as long as it's only an image. And you're like, yeah, only an image. And you take her image and you capture her. That's it. That's about it. So, Pelagos, as I said, is your first soulbind, so he will be naturally fighting against these opponents in the Path of Ascension, starting with Kalisthen. So how does the fight happen? Well, you craft things that are necessary, you select your soulbind. I have only one at the stage of testing of this system. At the moment I have not unlocked my second soulbind yet. Kalisthen is the only enemy in Path of Ascension to fight. You need to go and explicitly select who you want to fight. It's just her at this stage for me. You can select difficulty. So you start obviously with one, but there are 4 potential difficulties, and each one gives you something. Each one gives you a blueprint to craft something. My assumption, pretty educated at this stage, is not the most complex system in the world. Correct me though in the comments down below if I'm wrong, if I'm missing something. You craft something that will potentially make your further ascension easier. Example, Pelagos the Wimp is a ranged attacker. You drive him like a vehicle. He has abilities, you know. Kalisthen is a melee spear woman, and she also throws the chains that slow you down. So you would do well if you try to keep your distance away from her, and if you try to break or at least escape somehow the CC basically that she throws on you. Because it's a vehicle, because it's not you as a player, you cannot do much at first during that first fight. So at the end of the day, Pelagos looks like didn't have much of a chance. Maybe I've done something wrong. Again, I can take it, let me know what I've done wrong. But this is the very first unlock thing. I have no other buffs, no other equipment to make my life easier. So she defeats me. I was not able to defeat her. I think I put up a fight, as good a fight as a wimp can do, but at the same time she still speared me in the end. But then, I still get, for a loss, I still get a blueprint of foot pads. And those foot pads, if you look at them, they break the slows and immobilizing effects. And she is all about immobilizing effects. She tries to keep you in one spot. So, presumably, if I could be bothered, and that is a key word, my friends, that is a key point, my friends. If I could be bothered, what would I do? I would craft these foot pads. I would come back with those foot pads. And I would probably defeat Kalisthen because I would be able to just keep a distance from her. She wouldn't be able to slow me down. And that is the main thing, that is the main way that she won against me. She's not moving too fast, she throws those chains, she slows you down. But if you cannot be stopped and if you are a ranged person, then you are fine. Then, you know, Pelagos would be able to probably pew pew pew, pew 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 pew, pew pew her to death. Yeah? In this case, I wasn't able to. Now, that's pretty much an overview of the unlock of the system, and hopefully at least with whatever, for what it's worth, the dead jokes type of humor, hopefully it gives you an idea and maybe a taste and a decision whether or not it's something for you to pursue, possibly on one of your alts, if you're not Kyrian at the moment, or if you haven't even focused on that, you know, on the Sanctum minigame just yet, and you were unlocking other systems as a Kyrian, and you were like, oh, I can't wait till I try this Path of Ascension. Maybe this gives you a bit of a taste. What do I think? Let's wrap it up. I think it's not engaging enough for me and not rewarding enough for me. Yes, I'm one of those people who is after fun in the game, but I'm also after solo progression systems. And progression to me is in power, like for any person. And what's power in this game? It's either a permanent buff to your character, which we don't have, or it's gear. So if you don't give me any gear, anything with item level or anything awesome kind of, I suppose, transmog, not just like one piece for your covenant piece of gear that gives you transmog somewhere along the line of, I don't know, renown progression. I'm really not attracted to those things. I kind of need something oomphy. I kind of need something that I can put on myself and like, yeah, man, like, yeah, my lady, let's do this. If I don't get that, I don't know. For me, that fun diminishes. There is only so much fun I can do just for fun's sake without getting anything out in this game. Does it make any sense? I welcome opinions in the comments down below, always. I'm not saying this is the only way to think, this is just how I think. I engage in systems that are ideally both fun and at the same time they are, rewarding. Example, again, I will come back to it for as long as this channel exists. If you joined only recently, you wouldn't have watched that content unless you want to go pages and pages and pages of videos back on my channel. But Horrific Visions of BFA patch 8.3 were fantastic. They both offered personal fun progression where you had to push yourself and be better, and that's fun. But you also got something in the end. You also got an awesome mount. You also got an awesome title, and you were getting gear along the way every week. It was a solo gearing progression system, which means a metric ton to us casuals, at least to me. In the world of System Lands, not the Path of Ascension, not Torghast, not anything else gives you any of that. You get gear through traditional methods, and traditional methods are really world quests, dungeons, and raids. It's about it. And that's what I'm not particularly excited about. These are my thoughts on Path of Ascension. Let me know what your thoughts are, and hopefully you found this useful or at least entertaining. If you did, please tell YouTube that you enjoy my videos, like the video, because then YouTube will show it to more people, and share with your friends on Twitter or something like that. The more the word spreads, the more of us hear, the merrier. If you have participated in any of our comment chats and this kind of stuff, you know that I respond to everyone who is not a troll and who is respectful to myself and to others, because that is the culture of this channel that I want to build and continue building. So thank you very much for spending some time with me today. I'll be speaking with you again in a few days' time. Videos are still coming to you twice a week. See you later.